away?
A major sigh of relief for Jeremiah Love. Let me explain why. My understanding is his heart was red flagged at the combine, an abnormal EKG, leaving teams to wonder if he had more risk than other players. They did more tests. They got his scans at Notre Dame. No additional issues. He is fine and now off the board, Rich.
So meanwhile, in the Tennessee draft room, you got to be thinking Brian Daboll, the new OC's like, oh, man. And then the defensive side of the ball, the Rock, like, oh, we have a choice between Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles? Is that what we have right in front? That's basically it, right?
Yeah, well, I don't see Cam Ward in there either. I'm sure he'd like to weigh in on this subject.
Exactly right. Yeah, I bet.
To me, I thought if Love got there, then that was going to be a real interesting conversation of Love versus whichever of these Ohio State defenders was there. Now they've got both Ohio State defenders there. There are needs on offense. They've got more picks later on, so are they going to try and get one of these Ohio State Buckeyes to plug in and help this defense with Robert Saleh, and then try and get that offensive player a little bit later on in the draft?
Your best guess who it might be?
I've been saying Sonny Styles was put on this earth to play in Robert Saleh's defense. He's a perfect fit.
Interesting, which would leave Arvell Reese for the Giants, who are on the clock right now, 5 and change. That's the first of their 2 picks in the top 10. But for the moment, the Tennessee Titans have center stage right now. The commissioner is coming out with their pick. Again, 8 minutes per team. So the commissioner's getting his steps in. I think his ring is probably already full, right?
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate.
Whoa!
Wide receiver, Ohio State.
How about that for the first surprise of the night? Wow. Offense did rule the day in Tennessee. Yeah. And the first Ohio State Buckeye to be named in this draft is Carnell Tate, the wide receiver, hugging his coach Ryan Day and the rest of his group. It is Carnell Tate beating Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese to the stage. How about them apples?
We were in the right church in the wrong pew. I mean, Ohio State, and it's Carnell Tate. We've been talking about it, though. I've been talking about it in free agency. Man, I wish they'd do more to help out Cam Ward, and you're sitting here saying, how is this draft going to unfold? It's not going to marry up. Well, look, when I evaluated Tate, he's my 6th overall player. This is not some big reach. He was my top wide receiver in this draft class. This, to me, is about your #1 overall pick last year, and we got to help that dude out.
Yeah, and it may be a little bit of a surprise, and I'll let you take the highlights here, DJ, and we'll come back to it.
Yeah, Carnell's wide receiver. There's been a long list of them. He might not have been the best wide receiver on his team, Joel, but he's the best wide receiver in this draft.
Well, that's only because the guy that's going to walk across that stage next year first was his teammate in Jeremiah Smith. I tell you, Carnell Tate is exceptional. He's an exceptional young man. He's a terrific talent, and he's a worker. He's a technician. He wanted that challenge of going to Ohio State and playing in that room. This is a guy that I've loved for a long time in CD. He can go get it. He is a great down-the-field receiver.
Listen, they invested in receivers last year. I.O. Manor, DK. They find them to be dependable receivers, but they need a guy that's going to eat up the receptions on the perimeter, and he's been a wide receiver 2, quote-unquote, with Ohio State. He will be wide receiver 1 with Tennessee and forge that relationship with Cam Ward. All I will tell him is, I know he's a worker. Be prepared to go into the film room with Cam Ward at 5 a.m. each and every day, because that's how Cam operates. You want to get on his good side, show up early, be there, get adjusted, and off they go. A bit of a surprise, but Tennessee has to get more explosive. Carnell Tate helps them get there.
The Giants pick is in. The Cleveland Browns are on the clock. 6:43 to go until we get their pick, or faster, but the biggest surprise so far, Carnell Tate is a Titan with Laura Welch.
Carnell, what do you want your new quarterback, Cam Ward, to know about what you'll bring to this Titans offense?
I'm a reliable target for him. Whenever he needs me, I'm there for him. I'm always open.
You had a really incredible moment where you wanted to honor your late mom, Ashley, tonight. Can you show us how you had her name inscribed on the inside of your jacket? And as you're showing us, how did she help you achieve your dreams that you wanted to achieve, but that were also her dreams?
Yeah, my mom, she's my everything. She's my rock. She's my world. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. She sacrificed everything for me. I'm forever in debt of her.
I know she'd be so proud tonight, Carnell. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. right, and during that interview, the Giants made their pick, and the Chiefs traded up to 6. The Browns have swapped spots with the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. So that's the way we take our first commercial break. It's Giants-Chiefs, Commanders, Saints. For the moment, we'll be right back to Pittsburgh.
Verizon Small Business Days are coming, and we're here at Patty's Diner. Ever since Patty's Mango Cheesecake went viral, business has been booming. Patty looks to find her rhythm as the plates keep moving, and the orders are not slowing down. Here comes the Verizon Business Expert. Ooh, she's bringing support, special offers, and everything this business needs. Nice assist. It's a great day to be a small business. Verizon Small Business Days are coming. Score a meeting with an expert today.
Lowe's knows tackling projects now means you can football Sunday.
Floors. He needs to up his ground game.
Well, we can measure it.
Measure?
Lowe's can measure and install it for you.
You can't measure passion, right, Jim? Stop trying to work the crew. This is Jim, one of the greats, and handsome.
The highbrow entrepreneur in a lowbrow hoodie. A smart guy saying he's so smart he doesn't need to dress smart. It's a classic power move. But the real power move? Having predictive modeling to help prevent supply chain issues before they happen.
I heard there's going to be a shipping delay. FedEx rerouted it. All good. Oh. Cool. Sick.
FedEx, the new power move.
Can I get a Bud Light? Sorry, the bar's not open yet. Oh, it's not for me. It's for the bride. She said, can I get the clean, crisp taste of a Bud Light? Her words, not mine. She wants 3.
She wants more of those deviled eggs, too.
Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. I want everyone here to know that you, too, can be so much more.
So I could be a chef?
Sure can.
Marine biologist?
Follow your dream.
NFL quarterback.
Kind of a niche skill set, but I believe in you. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
And this is from the woman over there.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
Sorry, bud. Not while I weed. Hey! Who let the dogs out?
Spruce, a new weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. For dead weeds in just 1 day. Spruce, pet-friendly, weed-deadly.
Turn the offseason on again with the NFL app. Your home for all things NFL.
It is time for football.
Get the news, the highlights.
They can't stop him!
And deeper access with a subscription to NFL Plus. For the picks, the moves, the plays.
Into the end zone, touchdown!
All in one place.
Wow! Are you kidding me?
All year long. Welcome home. Scan now and score 40% off NFL Plus.
Welcome back to the Fast and Furious draft here in Pittsburgh. During the commercial break, the Chiefs, who traded a 3 and a 5 to move up 3 spots to 6, have made their pick. The Commanders are on the clock, but the Giants' first of 2 picks in the top 10 is about to be announced. The 5th overall pick in the draft. As soon as that pick came in, that's when the Chiefs traded up from 9 to 6. And again, they gave up a 3 and a 5 in this year's draft to do it. The Commanders are on the clock with 6 and change left, and the commissioner has the Giants pick with some guests.
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL's Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Volke. Major Volke sustained tragic, fatal injuries while deployed in Afghanistan. He has survived House Tracy and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin. Major Volke was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his sons. Volke family, take it away.
With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker from the Ohio State University.
So Arvell Reese does go off the board, but it's 5th overall. The Giants partners, if you will, at MetLife, their neighbors, chose David Bailey, leaving Arvell Reese on the board, and he dropped all the way down to 5, and he's going to be a New York Giant. Daniel?
That's an embarrassment of riches now they have that can rush the quarterback for the New York Giants. I know Dexter Lawrence is no longer there, but when you already have Burns and Abdul Carter, Thibodeau's still there at the moment, and now you add another one, and these guys are all elite athletes. If you think of the last 2 Super Bowl winners, they both won Super Bowls, not just based off talent, but the depth of their defensive front. Now this is all of a sudden a Giants team that is extremely deep up front.
And how did the Giants win it under Tom Coughlin? How deep was that defensive front? Being able to go get the quarterback, have an effect on people, especially during the playoffs. They did it that way before. Seems like they're headed back there again. I'm not sure everyone's going to be there. Kayvon Thibodeau immediately comes to mind, where people may be making a phone call and he might be on the move. But this is a big-time get for the Giants. I'm not sure they gamed it out this way, guys, where they thought that Reese would be there to get. But once he was there, they were able to adjust very quickly and make that pick.
The sky is the limit with this guy. He's just a one-year starter for Ohio State, but Matt Patricia found out real quick. He's the defensive coordinator at Ohio State, obviously a longtime NFL defensive coordinator, and he immediately knew what he had with Arvell Reese, which was a versatile game wrecker. So he deployed him right away. Week 1 against Texas and Arch Manning, he was out there using him in creative ways, and that's what I would say would be his best usage going into the National Football League, would be positionless. You create something for Arvell Reese and allow that athleticism to really take hold. I think he's a guy that's in a Micah Parsons type of mold. This is a really, really good football player that is very raw, Rich.
Well, let's get to the highlights. I can show you what he looked like on that field, as Joel was mentioning, at Ohio State. Just that 1 year as a starter, but he packed a lot into that 1 year. You see him off the ball and on the ball. The versatility shows up in every game. How about the ability to pursue laterally? Big time, explosive burst to get there. You see that again, the pursuit, able to win off the edge, point of attack in the run game, and then you want to bluff a little bit here. We're not dropping in coverage. We're going to add on to this rush and get Arch Manning on the ground. There is a ton of ability with him. He is just scratching the surface. And guys, at that pro day, John Harbaugh looking at him, CD, I think he saw something he liked there in that pro day.
Oh, there's no question about it. He's a Giant now, and he's going to want to play like a Giant. And Joel, I think you really hit on it. Have him be positionless. It'd be interesting how they dole out the assignments for him. They get them wrapped up before he gets on to the next thing.
Time for Welcome to Primetime, presented by Nationwide. Laura?
Arvell, what have the Giants shared with you about how they plan to utilize you in their defense?
You know, the Giants told me they're going to get unique with me. They said they're going to use me in a bunch of unique ways, so I'm looking forward to that.
It hasn't been easy for you, this journey. What can you say about those that have helped you all the way back to your days at Glenville High School in Ohio?
I can't say nothing but thank you. My high school coaches, my childhood coaches I done had. You know, my high school coaches, my parents, my family, my brothers. All I can say is thank you.
And you got the hat to fit, finally.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so the top 5 is in the books. The Browns again traded down to 9. The Chiefs flipped a 3rd round 74th overall.